There's so much that I need to catch you up on. Garage is turning into a guest room, and the guest room that we currently have is turning into a nursery. So we needed to take our garage and put it in a shed. We are on our way to the second prenatal appointment that I've ever had. I got a call from an anesthesiologist and talked to her about my condition. Okay, so we're having a little vacation weekend, and later we're gonna have a charcuterie. With the charcuterie, you gotta have some wine, right? I did some research, a lot of research, and I found on the babylist.com, they had a whole list of the best and safest non-alcoholic alcohols. And this apparently is the best red non-alcoholic wine. It's Ariel 2020 Cabernet Sauvignon, de-alcoholized wine. We're gonna try it out. This is what it looks like. It's got a nice color. So I'm interested to see how it tastes. We just put a little bit in there, just a little taste. Let's do a little cheers. Wow. It's even got like a hint of dry at the very end, like just a tiny bit, because I don't like dry wine, but that's really impressive. I like this. It's got the woodiness in it. That is really, really good. That tastes very close to Sauvignon Cabernet Sauvignon? Cabernet Sauvignon. Oh my gosh. You guys. Catch me over here drinking my alcohol-free Cabernet Sauvignon. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do this often. But it's, you know, we're having wine and cheese. You need wine for that. So you're going to taste more sour, I feel like a slight vinegary kind of flavor. Overall, it's really good. Hi, everyone. I have so much to catch you guys up on, to be 100% honest with you. It has popped into my head so many times where, oh, I should vlog. Then every time I think about it, I'm like, oh, my makeup's not done, or like my hair is like gross and put up in a bun, and I just don't look that good right now, so I'll wait. Anyway, it's just very stupid. I don't know. I've just felt like, oh no, I can't do it right now. Oh no, I can't do it right now. And for very stupid reasons like that. First of all, can I just say how messed up that really is? That like, as women, society has kind of taught us that if we didn't like do up our hair, do our makeup that day, if we have pimples, we're not our beautiful self. I don't think a lot of us really even realize how naturally beautiful we are. Like some women even refer to putting on their makeup as like, I put on my face. We don't have a face yet until we put on makeup. Like, it's so screwed up. Sorry, I didn't mean to get on like a tangent. There's so much that I need to catch you up on. Garage is turning into a guest room, and the guest room that we currently have is turning into a nursery. So we needed to take our garage and put it in a shed. I'll show you all of that and give you some more details. Everything that's been going on with pseudocholinesterase deficiency that I was recently diagnosed with, I talked to the doctor yesterday and we had a little discussion about that. I still have a lot of questions. It's just kind of confusing me and overwhelming me a little bit, so I can talk about that too. So I figured I'll just kind of catch you up as we go along the day. So I need to eat food because I am freaking hungry. Sorry. So let's make some breakfast. I have been making this delicious breakfast, make like a tofu scramble, and I put spinach, chopped jalapenos, chopped tomato, mixed it all together, Morningstar plant-based sausage patties, and then I put some sauerkraut on the side, and then I put some avocado on the side. Oh, God is good. Like, I can't even express to you how freaking good that breakfast is, but I'm not doing it today. And here's why. I decided to sunbathe this morning instead of doing my dishes, and my kitchen is way too much of a mess for me to cook and make more of a mess. So I've decided I'm just gonna make oatmeal. And then after I have my breakfast, I'm gonna do all my dishes and clean my kitchen. Okay, the little oatmeal in the making video got cut a little short because my mom called me and we talk every morning. Here's my oatmeal. I do a half a cup of oats, a full cup of organic vanilla soy milk, a handful of raisins in here, and like a half a tablespoon of honey to sweeten it, and some cinnamon and a little bit of vanilla. I love this oatmeal so much. I want to get into the pseudocholinesterase deficiency, but honestly, I also don't want to cry. When I really get into it, it's really overwhelming. But yeah, I had that phone call with the doctor yesterday. The hardest part about this whole thing is that I don't really have answers. The doctors I've talked to don't really know much about this because it's a really rare condition. I feel like they don't really have much information for me, and so I'm not getting answers that I feel like I need. So I've actually considered maybe there's a way that I can talk to an anesthesiologist at a hospital. Am I going to be able to have an epidural, or am I not going to be able to have an epidural? When I talked to my doctor yesterday, she told me that I should have no problem with the epidural. And she's also like never seen this in 30 years of being a doctor. So I'm like, it's not like something minor. It's not like, oh, if the epidural doesn't work for you, you'll just break out in hives. No. And so it's like, I want somebody who's like, I've seen this before. I know about this. This is what it is. You will be fine, or you won't be fine. And this whole thing has honestly started to make me seriously consider a natural birth at a hospital, but without any drugs. Obviously, that's the safest way to ensure that I am not going to have any kind of life-threatening, reaction to anything. But it's also the most painful way to do it. I think I'm gonna pause on this conversation and pick it up later because it's stressful and I want to start my day not being stressed. Let me show you the shoes. Let me show you the baby shoes, okay? Hold on, stay right there. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Wait for it. Hold on. I present to you our baby's first pair of shoes. Oh my God, how cute, right? My husband actually had a pair of white Chucks as his first baby shoes with the red line. And so he was like, it would be really cute if our baby's first baby shoes were also just like the Chucks. So I found them. They're so freaking cute. I can't get over it. Oh my God, I love it so much. So those are our baby's first little shoes. All right. I'm going to finish up my oatmeal and then I'm going to jump in the shower and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, I am out of the shower. I blow dried my hair. I don't know why I made my part like this. It feels weird, right? Like it's like sitting too high. Okay, whatever. I'll fix it later. I'm going to put on my makeup right now and continue to talk to you. I just got my lab order. My doctor that ordered my pseudocholinesterase test, she wants to do a liver panel because she just wants to rule out that, she just wants to make sure I don't have any kind of liver disease, because I do have pseudocholinesterase deficiency, and you get that by inheriting it, which is exactly how I got it because my dad has it, or you could have liver disease. So she's like, I really don't think you have liver disease. How about we just test and just rule it out? So another needle coming my way, you guys. I had a needle in my arm 2 weeks ago for this test. Now I'm about to have another needle in my arm this weekend. Olive, baby, not everyone's out to get us. Girl. I gotta say though, this has been amazing exposure therapy for me. I don't know. I'm actually pretty much crushing it. I am crushing this needle fear right out of my system. I can show up, I can get it done, I can get out. Like, it's amazing. It's crazy. Sometimes all you need to do is kick yourself in the butt and go do something you really don't want to do. And then you surprise yourself like, that actually wasn't even that hard. Okay, I'm gonna finish up my makeup. And then I'm really quickly gonna take you around my house so you can see kind of what our plans are. Voila! So I'm gonna explain things to you. I'm gonna show you my backyard right now, and I'm gonna show you where the shed's going, and also insert a little picture of it. And then I was gonna show you the garage. You kind of see it. It's a mess. Don't judge, okay? Listen to me. If you freaking judge me for having a disorganized garage right now, honey. No, actually, it's extra disorganized. We actually do have things like we stack containers, we got a rack, it's got stuff on it. It's actually normally things are put decently. Right now it is extra messy because we started kind of sorting things out in here to prepare for what's gonna go in the shed, what's gonna get thrown out, what's gonna be donated, what's gonna be maybe sold. We've been working on that, so it's crazier, and that is why. But anyway, first let me show you outside. Oh, okay, giant branch. It's such a windy day today that, yeah, branches just fall off our trees. Okay, anyway. That's where our shed's going, right there. So that's happening on the 20th. Hi, Olive. Hi. Once we get that shed, again, no judgy. All this stuff, well, the stuff that's important, once we finally figure out what's going in the trash, what's being donated, what's being sold, and what's staying, we'll organize them more into these bins, consolidate a bunch of things, get rid of things. And all this is gonna go out to the shed, the pretend imaginary shed that is not there yet, but it will be there. And then this room is about to become the new guest room. As you can see up here, we've got heating and cooling in this room. This is a fully finished garage, so that's awesome. This will be the new guest suite. Now, our current guest suite will be the nursery. I'm gonna show you that next. Gonna take these babies back to the future nursery. Dun, 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 which is just very bland right now. We're gonna do an accent wall right here. One thing we definitely have to do, these doors, these closet doors suck. For some reason, they crack. They make the loudest cracking noise just randomly, where it will literally wake somebody up if someone's staying in here. We don't have a lot of guests, so we haven't changed it yet. But whenever my parents have stayed here, they've been like, we literally were woken up because it cracked so loud, like especially in winter. So obviously that's not good when I have a sleeping baby in this room. So we're going to replace these doors. So yeah, we got a lot going on in this house, but it's gonna be awesome. So that guest room will be no more. That will be the nursery. Our garage is turning into the new guest suite, and our garage is moving into a shed. Our shed is going to be our garage. So, oh my God. Anyway, I really have to record. Like, I should be running to my studio right now, but here I am. Talking to you guys. Talking to my camera. Okay, I'm gonna go though, seriously. I'll update you in a bit. Today's lunch is leftovers from yesterday. I baked some lemon pepper salmon and I roasted Brussels sprouts. There were also lemon pepper. They have lemon pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and olive oil. And then I roasted some sweet potato and a little bit of regular potato mix because I didn't have that many sweet potatoes. So this is my meal. Obviously not all of this. This is all the leftovers. Ta-da! Oh my gosh. So ready to dig into this. Today is Cinco de Mayo.
Cut that.
cut that. We are on our way to the second prenatal appointment that I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm 16 weeks pregnant today. It's a 16-week checkup and ultrasound and all that good stuff. I'm so excited. We've nicknamed our baby Little Cato. It's a reference to a show we used to watch. Oh my God, that was an abrupt break.
Oh, sorry.
Like you braked and I was on the block, just my head hit the back. We used to watch this show called Final Space. One of the characters is named Avocado, and then he has a son, and his son's name is Little Cato. So obviously we don't know the gender or anything, but we just like that a lot. Like my dad was already calling the baby little Cado because I told him at 16 weeks it'll be an avocado. So he was like, oh, little Cado, it'll be little Cado. And so then we were like, yeah, let's just call the baby little Cado. So we are gonna see little Cado. We are done with the appointment. A little bit of a bummer news is that it wasn't an ultrasound. I thought it was an ultrasound, but I guess it was just listening to the heartbeat, which, I mean, still tells me that the baby's doing amazing. The heartbeat is very strong, perfect range in the 150s. But guys, I did something a little sneaky. I was a rebel today.
Oh, you're so proud of yourself.
I am. Before she came in, when it was just me and Danny alone in the room, I hit record on my voice memo on my phone so that I could finally record the heartbeat of my baby, because they haven't let me record anything. I just kind of had it sticking slightly out of my purse, and it's perfect. So I have that audio to show you guys right here, the little sneaky audio. Check it out. There's your baby right there. Nice strong heartbeat.
So baby's heartbeat today is right in the 150s. Okay. So normal is 110 to 160. Okay, so right.
Isn't it so cute and perfect? I mean, that heartbeat is strong and awesome. Anyway, just wanted to give you that update. Goodbye. Hey guys, notice anything different? I got myself a mom haircut. It's really cute. I love it. I'm really digging it. I had like so many split ends. I really let my hair get completely out of control through the whole pandemic. And so finally I was like, just chop it off, get rid of the split ends, let's restart. Big thing that I need to update you on that I completely forgot to turn on the vlog and say it when it happened. On Monday, I actually got a call. You guys know that I've been dealing with this recent diagnosis. I wanted to talk specifically to an anesthesiologist. And so I had a telephone prenatal appointment, and she was like, okay, I will hook you up with an anesthesiologist. And on Monday, I got a call from an anesthesiologist and talked to her about my condition. Just talking to the anesthesiologist really solidified the fact that like everything's gonna be fine. The epidural has nothing to do with those two chemicals that I'm allergic to that are in the anesthesia. It's not gonna affect the deficiency. The deficiency is not gonna affect it. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then I asked her, okay, so let's just say it ends up going into a C-section. So she said if that was to happen, a normal C-section is usually like if I had an epidural already, they would just top off the epidural, so still just an epidural. And if I hadn't had an epidural yet, then they would give me an epidural by injecting me in the spine, but that's still just an epidural. So still not a problem. The only time that it would ever come into play where it'd be a concern is if there was an emergency C-section that needed to happen where they had to completely put me under. And that's where they would be using like the general anesthesia and stuff like that usually. But she also said that there are a ton of alternatives. They just have to make sure they avoid that one chemical. She said it's two chemicals that I'm allergic to, but one of them she hasn't even heard of in years, so it shouldn't even be around anymore. And so it's really just the other one that would be what they're looking for. Of course, they'll look for both just in case, but it's really just one chemical that I'm allergic to, apparently, that is like standard, that they have access to. Basically, obviously, I am claiming and believing with all of my heart that I will be able to successfully and smoothly deliver this baby vaginally with an epidural with no issues at all. But even if it went into C-section with me still being awake, it still wouldn't be an issue. An emergency C-section, I know in my heart is never gonna happen, but it's good to know that they will know not to give me the regular stuff and to give me the other stuff. It made me feel a lot better to talk to an anesthesiologist who literally specializes in this stuff. So I wanted to share that news with you guys. Everything's gonna be awesome. It's never been in my head to ever do this without an epidural, so I'm really glad that I get to use an epidural. Catch you guys next time. New hair out.
Shiver, 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 oh no. At the thought of someone new with their hands all over you. Need a way to numb the pain. I'm down and liquor, liquor, liquor only. Is she pretty?